Friday.
My name's Jeff.
And I'm Zane.
And today we're going to be talking about...
I don't even remember his name.
Broken Barrel. And today we're going to be talking about...
It's Broken Barrel.
Broken Barrel, right? And so, before we do that, please be sure to subscribe and like our videos.
And give us some great critiques.
And give us some love. Put some comments down below. We noticed a few of you have been putting comments lately. We'd love to be able to chat with you about the whiskey we're having. We obviously have had this whiskey. That's why it's called Second Pour.
Yep.
But we go in a little further depth on these episodes and talk a bit more about the whiskey and the distillery it's coming from. And
just tell you about everything, because here at Whiskey Pop, we're experts. So you can be one too.
No, but we know how to drink whiskey.
Hey, we're making it up, you know, the expert part.
Yeah, we're making it up.
Yeah, we're just like everybody else.
When do you become an expert with whiskey? Is it like...
If it was the amount of whiskey you drank, then,
well, then we are experts.
We're
experts.
Well, yeah, you know, but yeah.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, we're experts. So anyway, so Broken Barrel, it comes out of California.
It comes from CA.
Los Angeles, actually. And so, but it's produced way different than most whiskey. So Broken Barrel is produced out of California, Broken Barrel Distillery, where they actually spend a minimum of about a year in a new oak barrel, and then they actually take the bourbon out, they pour it into these steel tanks, and then they take the broken staves of other barrels, and they make what they call their oak bill, and they put these broken barrels into the steel tank, and that becomes the whiskey, because they believe that it's a big argument. People don't know if it's the barrel that gives all the flavor to whiskey or if it's more than that, but they believe it's the barrel, and they may be right.
It's neither one of those. I'm going to tell you what it is. There actually is scientific proof. It's magic.
It's magic. Whiskey elves show up in the middle of the night, and they go, twang!
Yeah, and
and you have whiskey.
You have beautiful whiskey.
Or it's little demon spirits who seep into the barrel and party in there until it just can't handle anymore, and you have to pour
demons macerating in your liquor makes whiskey.
That's don't tell anybody. That might be our next whiskey. We have to come up with the demon.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Okay.
So in the meantime,
we're gonna try this again, and we're gonna talk about it and give you honest opinions. That's what we want to do.
Yeah, and it's not like we're being paid by any of these guys. I mean, these are all...
God, we're not getting
Those are all whiskeys we're just buying off the shelf and wanting to try, because we're just like you guys. We like whiskey, and we want to try different whiskeys. I think we are coming in on toward what we're calling 52 whiskeys in 1 year, so...
Hey, we're getting there.
52 whiskeys in 52 weeks.
52 whiskeys, 52 weeks.
So in the meantime, hey, let's smell this one.
Okay, second pour, I'm getting a whole lot more of the wood and oak this time around.
The one thing I noticed with this is I can smell it. I can smell a lot of corn. So there is a lot of corn in this whiskey. I think it's like a large amount, 70%. You can really smell that corn back there, and even more so when you taste it. I mean, a lot of honeysuckle.
Yeah, and
I wonder how many times I can keep from drinking it before. Oh no! All right, let's do this. Now it's really spicy. It's 116 proof,
which
pretty warm on the front.
I mean, it is, but I've had hotter. I mean,
well, yeah. I mean, even Elijah Craig, they're
not the barrel proof.
The barrel proof, it's like 136, 138 proof.
Okay, I mean, here's an assessment. We can talk about the flavor palette, but the overall flavors do die off very fast. I feel like it just...
I think everything but the oak does. I think the oak tends to staying around for me. I think that's the most dominant thing in this cask strength, is that oak seems to just stick.
You know,
very tangy.
I may have defiled my tasting because I did have cigars last night.
Nah, you'd still be all right.
I mean, that oak flavor might just disappear because of all the...
But there is a lot of oak. And I do get a lot of corn.
I can smell the corn, but I'm not...
Tasting
it so much.
Okay, so I got an idea.
Yeah.
Why don't we put some water in it?
Let's do it. Let's open this up.
We'll open it up?
Yeah, let's open up the flavors I'm talking about. Let's see what a little dabble do you type of drop. Man, that's an old reference to old commercials. Dippity do, a little dabble do you. That was even before I was alive. Well, come on. I need one more drop.
We're gonna give one more drop.
Needs at least 2 drops. I can already see it doing its magic.
Boom.
I mean, yeah, there's a little separation on the surface there.
Yeah. smells
a little different.
Smells a little different. Get more of a honey off that.
Again, I'm starting picking up more of the tannin from like a...
There's a lot of tannin in this.
Smell. Okay, let's do this.
All right. Okay, it didn't change the heat, I don't think. I think it did calm the heat down.
Calm the heat down.
Taste a little...
And the oak is just...
Bam, right? Yeah, it brought the oak out big time.
Yeah.
So it kind of mellowed the corn, mellowed the heat, and...
Mellow corn.
Zane's favorite whiskey.
I'll say this much is if I was gonna drink, I always drink things neat. I would still drink this one neat.
Yeah, I don't think I would put this on the rocks or anything like that.
It's good as a sipper anyway, and I like it.
I'd be curious what this would taste like, you know, a few more years under their belt with this.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder what they could, their distiller could pull out of this. Some new flavors and stuff. I think it's a work in progress.
So how would you rate this one? Is it a 1, 2, 3 finger, 4 finger, or what for you?
I'm pretty sure at this point I've already had about 2 fingers out of this deal. So if I rated it a 1 finger, I'd just be lying.
You'd be lying.
I'd be lying. So I think for me, I think this is gonna sit around about a 2 finger. It's a good whiskey. I think it's a young whiskey. I can tell that it's not aged for a long amount of time. I think it's a neat idea what they're trying to do, infusing it. Because you see some whiskeys now that'll put the little corkscrew wood inside there. I think, was it Oak and Eden does that? It has a little corkscrew in it. I think what they're doing is a neat idea.
Yeah, I do too.
And I think, you know, for a craft whiskey, because this is what I would throw this under.
Well, it is working. So you're thinking a 2 finger.
Yeah.
I think they're doing I think it's executed well. I'm picking up what I call the wine type notes, and I'm assuming that's the sherry staves.
I smell that more than I taste that, I think.
Well, it's on the front end, and I can feel that smoothing that comes through, and it could be just...
Well, think about it like Rabbit Hole. So Rabbit Hole uses sherry cask, right, on their high gold.
Yeah.
So compare it to that. So if you're looking at Rabbit Hole, which is a relatively new whiskey too.
Yeah.
In sherry cask, they're in the cask, so
yeah.
They're not sticking the staves in there. How do you think those two bounce back and forth? Do you feel like?
Oh, this is.
As far as not as strong.
Yeah, no. This is a hint. This is a sprinkling, a little dusting.
So maybe putting staves in there is not as strong. So maybe if you're not a big oaky.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a little less.
And I would tell you honestly, I'll give it a solid 2 fingers.
2 fingers, yeah.
The price point is starting to get to that spot where maybe it needs to be a little bit better than just, I'm going to drink it. It needs to be something I'm going to want to have more for the evening, but it's not that bad.
I would dare say, I think a lot of these new whiskey distilleries, especially these new craft ones, my suggestion would be that don't try to be so competitive in that $40, $50 range. There's a lot of great whiskey in the $40, $50 range. If you really want to have some impact on us whiskey drinkers, I would suggest you bring that price point down a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't make the bottle as fancy. We really care about the whiskey. The bottle is beautiful. It's a beautiful bottle, but I think, reduced amount of money you're throwing in that bottle and putting it in the whiskey.
If it's actually that complicated on what they do to make it, I'm okay with the price. But if you're wanting me to keep it in my shelf, because at that price point, I can get a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. I think if you get this around $30,
that would be the magic number.
It's a magic number.
Even a $5, like a $35.
And I think I've seen this for $35, so it sometimes comes on sale.
Well, then it's priced right.
I think it's priced right. But I think if you start inching up past that,
getting into the 40s,
then you got to do something. So, but in the meantime, you know what? I hope this helped you guys. We think it is a good whiskey. It's not a bad whiskey.
Not at all.
It's something I'm happy to have in the vault and drink whenever it's available. Am I going to go out of my way to buy it? Maybe, maybe not.
But I'm glad it's there now.
But I'm glad it's there now.
I'm going to drink it out of his vault.
He definitely will. So
my whiskey's locked up till after the holidays.
Oh. Get the locks. In the meantime, thanks for joining us this week. Hope you, if you've tried this as well, leave the comments down below.
Yeah, let us know what you think. And also, this time, if you would, just do a 10-point flavor palette that you're pulling out of it, if you can, because we want to know.
Yeah, if you're getting something else out of it that we haven't noticed, talk about it down below. I'd love to hear about it. I think it's a pretty good mid-range whiskey. We're not unhappy with it.
Not at all.
And so we would drink it again for sure if somebody had it on their table.
Yep, sounds good.
In the meantime, you guys continue to be cool this week, and we will see you next week with our next whiskey review.
And don't forget, Saturdays are important days, because that's when we drink Ardbegs.
Cheers.